Assalamu alaikum. I am Asha Akter Mim. My bearing student ID is 2112037128. Today we are trying to give an overview on last monetary policy declared by Bangladesh Bank by answering some questions. Before discussing latest monetary policy declared by Bangladesh Bank, let's know what monetary policy is. Monetary policy is the process by which a country's central bank manages the economy managed by controlling money supply interest rate. And there are two types of monetary policy, expansionary, contractionary. Now let's come to the main discussion. Welcome to this comprehensive overview of the latest monetary policy announced by Bangladesh Bank for second half of fiscal year 24. This policy is a major shift in the central bank's approach as it focuses on controlling inflation, stabilizing the economy and aligning with global economic changes. Let's dive deeper into its key elements. Bangladesh Bank new policy is predominantly contractionary. We are going to talk about key objectives. The main goal of this policy include inflation control, stabilizing exchange rate, credit growth management. Now we are going to talk about key objectives. The main goal of this Bangladesh Bank objective to stabilize the exchange rate is a key part of its fiscal year 24 monetary policy, aimed at reducing inflationary pressure and maintaining economic stability. To manage exchange rate volatility, Bangladesh Bank has moved toward implementing a crawling peg system. This involves allowing the Bangladeshi taka to gradually adjust to market conditions within a controlled range, thus avoiding sudden depreciations. Credit growth management is a tool used by central bank to regulate the economy by controlling how much credit or loans bank can extend to private sector. This affects how much consumers and business can borrow, impacting spending, investment and ultimately inflation. For Bangladesh, managing credit growth is essential due to high inflation and economic challenges. Bangladesh Bank has recently tightened credit growth to curb inflation, setting the fiscal year 24 private sector credit growth target at 10%, reducing from 14.1% in fiscal year 20. Look at how this policy differs from the previous one. Interest rate cap removal, shift to market-driven exchange rate, policy rate adjustment. Interest rate cap removal. The previous 9% lending rate cap has been lifted. Now, lending rates will be market-driven based on the 6-month treasury bill rate with a margin of 3% for bank and 5% for non-bank financial institution. Shift to market-driven exchange rate. The previous practice of managing the exchange rate has been replaced by a unfilled market-driven regime. This change is crucial for reducing volatility in foreign exchange market and aligning with international best practices. Policy rate adjustment. To tighten liquidity and control inflation, Bangladesh Bank raised the repo rate by 50 basis points to 6.50% and the reverse repo rate by 25 basis points to 4.50%. Bangladesh Bank has a range of tools to achieve its monetary policy objectives: policy rates, repo and reverse repo, open market operations, foreign exchange interventions. Policy rates. These are the central instrument used to influence liquidity. The recent hike reflects a tighter stance to curb inflation. Open market operation. Bangladesh Bank conduct open market operation by buying and selling government securities to manage the money supply and ensure liquidity remain in check. Forex exchange intervention. Although Bangladesh Bank intervenes in forex market, the new exchange rate regime will rely more on market forces than central bank interventions. Now come to the final part, suggested policy reforms. While Bangladesh Bank's recent monetary policy introduces critical reforms, further enhancement could bolster the effectiveness of its monetary stances. Formal inflation targeting framework, supporting for productive sectors, forex reserve management, promoting digital financial services, exchange rate flexibility, monetary fiscal coordination, strengthening financial market infrastructure. In summary, Bangladesh Bank's new monetary policy reflects a proactive stance towards stabilizing the economy, controlling inflation, and promoting sustainable growth. While it introduced essential reforms like market-driven interest rates and unpaid exchange rates, continued efforts are required to retain these changes. Further reforms, such as adopting a formal inflation targeting framework, strengthening in financial sector, and supporting key industries, will ensure that these shifts lead to long-term stability and prosperity. All, thank you for watching this video.